Lonely Attack on the Different World, web novel, chapter 68. Begone, I guess? Day 29, the Faraway Labyrinth, 92nd floor. We took a short rest while gathering magic stones on the 92nd floor. I asked Skelly Prez, and apparently she needs neither sleep nor rest. She was just freed from exploitive working conditions, yet she can't relax. Is that an after effect of being a corporate slave? Munching on a fried mushroom, I lie down for a bit. After all that, we are only at 92nd floor. The road ahead is still long. Good grief. If you are going to drop me through a pitfall, at least prepare a pit rise as well. To be honest, I have no idea what a pit rise might even be, but, well, something like a lift, an elevator, a cage on a rope. Call it whatever you want, the concept doesn't change. As I rest, lying on the ground, I open some holes in the ceiling. It of course goes without saying that this is another unfamiliar ceiling. I just had to say this since I'm lying staring at the ceiling. But, well, since it's a dungeon, I don't think this ceiling will ever become a familiar one. Anti-magic golem, level 91. Seems like a golem song on whom magic doesn't work. Might be a bit of a cliche at this point, but let's drop it as well. Dumb. Breaking floors of one level after another, it went all the way to the lowest floor. If I keep opening holes, then not only will 92nd floor suffer, but the rest of the floors on every level below it might crumble as well. I'd like to avoid the collapse, and losing the floor to walk on would mean that we wouldn't be able to group up. As for the magic stones, well, I don't really care. I wonder if I can lure them here. After knocking on the edges of the hole with a stick, the goblins began gathering near and dropping through. It seems like they react to either sounds or vibrations. Well, they are made of stone. It makes sense that they can't see a thing. However, this world has skeletons capable of giving flat gazes despite having no eyes, so I should be careful. By the way, right now she seems to be rolling her eyes. I decided to take a break for about 30 minutes, leaving Skelly Prez to knock on the hole in the meantime. A short nap. Any presents? Yup, looks like there's no one up there now. Let's go up. By the way, while I was resting, Skelly Prez kept knocking on the hole until all signs of the golems completely disappeared, and then went down to the lowest floor to pick up the magic stones. Unsure if I should be pleased or apologetic, I tried patting her on the head, and it seems that she is happy about that, even though I patted her on the helmet. Well, she probably had no one to pat her on the head in the underground depths, so it is fine, I guess. Since I recovered a bit, we head to the 91st floor. Above it is the 90th floor. I can't help but notice a pattern here, a boss every 5 levels. Oh, it's a treasure chest. This time it has to be my affection rating. Finally, my affection rating that ran all the way down to the other world. On the 91st floor, I found another hidden room. Space perception level 1 is really useful. Beside the treasure chest, a boulder just stood there, which I promptly dropped to the lower floors by opening another hole. I mean, it certainly wasn't just standing there at all. Just why is there a boulder in the middle of the room, right next to the treasure chest? I would be more surprised if it was just a normal boulder and not some kind of golem. If it actually wasn't a trap and was just a decoration, then I demand to talk with the interior coordinator of this place. If you're going that far, then go all the way and make rock garden. Though I'd drop that as well. A ring, but it seems it is not the pheromone ring. Ring of royal procession, luck upgrader. Brings good fortune, wards away bad fortune. A very good item. This ward away bad luck might ward away scoldings, and it might bring me to the doors of shady nighttime establishments. And it might also prevent that nonsense of falling into pitfalls despite having the luck stat over the limit. But the one who actually needs it is not me. Even without buffs, my luck is not only at max, but it even went over the limit. Though it doesn't seem like it brought me any good fortune. The one who really needs it. Want it? Or actually, I'll give it to you, I guess? Skelly Prez shook her head. She is refusing. But she is the one who needs this ring. After all, she spent so many years swallowed by darkness all alone on the gloomy lowest floor, but managed to endure it all. As the proof of that, she still retains her humanity. For eons she persevered, although she seems to insist that she is only 17 years old, and I'm not going to touch on that subject since it's too scary. When I forced her to accept the ring, despite her protests, she happily put it on. Is this going to be okay? Wouldn't it fall off since there's nothing but bones? Now, the 90th floor has only one presence on it. Boss, floor master, a loner, a comrade. It's that. It is that. A ghost, a specter, an evil spirit. Elemental wraith, level 100. Huh? Another level 100? So all the bosses and comrades in Loneliness have level 100? Wait, no, they aren't my comrades. However, even though I have several people tamed, the loner in my status won't disappear. Is it telling me to make real human friends? Leave me alone. I didn't ask for this. Wait, does it mean that the bitches don't count as humans after all? Well, usually you also wouldn't be taming your friends. Elemental Wraith level 100, huh? I think Wraith is supposed to be a spirit of the dead, and it does indeed look like some kind of ghost, but what about the elemental part? Going by the meaning, it should be pointing to its attribute. But the word also could be pointing to being a part of something or embodying the power of nature. As far as I remember, in the Latin language, it originally meant principle, a fundamental proposition. So just elemental isn't telling me anything. What is the context? What is this unhelpful explanation? Well, though it is obviously a ghost with some kind of additional attribute, since it keeps attacking with fire, ice, and wind magic, that elemental probably should represent either the forces of nature or the four main elements. Damn, just elemental is too vague. Is it on purpose? Well, what do we do now? An exorcism? The power of Christ compels you? Begone? This doesn't seem to work. Well, I kind of suspected that it wouldn't. Who wouldn't want to try it at least once? You don't encounter an evil spirit that often. Speaking of working, why am I getting treated as a NEET right after I got into the second year of high school? I was properly attending school, so why give me NEET? And I was summoned right from class, so why am I getting Hikikomori? It doesn't make any sense. Whoa, that was close. It charged at me. Looks like the elemental wraith isn't interested in talking about my problems. It's dead? Just as a test, I threw salt on it the moment of the charge. A lot of salt. Skelly Prez is standing there, battle-ready, combat stance, sword in hands, and looking at me with a flat gaze. No, I mean, it's an evil spirit, and they say salt has purifying effects, so I thought maybe it will disappear, kind of, I guess. She is staring at me really hard. Throwing salt is a Shinto thing, so the denizens of this world probably wouldn't get it. Buddhism goes for purification through fire, but this thing had four main elements resistance. I heard somewhere that holy water is actually water with salt in it, so throwing salt at it might agree even with Western teachings? Could it be that most people here were Buddhists? But I'm pretty sure that fire wouldn't have worked on Wraithsan.